In the meantime, I want to head over to the other chamber with Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin, a member of the Appropriations Committee. Senator, thank you for being with us this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I think you had a chance to hear my colleagues reporting there from Garrett Haake that it is possible you in the Senate could get these articles of impeachment and have to take them up as early as Thursday. Have you heard anything yet from your leadership about that timing, and are you ready for it?
Certainly everything I've heard from our leadership discussions confirm that timing. We are expecting on Thursday to likely convene in the afternoon, as is custom for an impeachment trial, and go through the formalities. There are a number of things you do at the beginning of an impeachment trial. You receive the managers. The Chief Justice joins us. He is sworn in by the President pro tem of the Senate. The managers are sworn in, and then the senators take a special oath, similar to an oath that a juror will take to do impartial justice. We expect a lot of those formalities to begin on Thursday, but probably the main opening arguments will begin the following week after the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday.
And those opening arguments are more traditionally what I think people expect when they think of a jury trial, for example, the prosecution, the defense. My report, as you know, my day job is covering the White House for NBC News, and I've been reporting on the president's defense team. It is likely Pat Cipollone, I'm told, is taking the lead along with Jay Sekulow. Do you think that House Democrats, in their impeachment manager role, will be able to effectively mount a prosecution against that team?
Well, certainly I do. We've all watched the open hearings that were able to occur in the House impeachment inquiry, but we are still pressing for documentary evidence and witnesses with firsthand knowledge of what happened. As you know, the Democrats have called for 4 particular witnesses who all have direct knowledge of the phone call that occurred between the president and the president of Ukraine, in which he used the power of his office to his personal and political benefit, withholding congressionally approved aid for Ukraine. We want people to testify at this hearing who can be cross-examined and examined on those issues. And I think that's critical. If you think of what people think about of a full and fair trial, it usually involves witnesses who have direct knowledge and documents.
So let's talk about that for a second, because there's some interesting pieces here. There are 4 Republicans that NBC News has identified who are open to that. You would need, as the Democrats, 4 Republicans to get on board. Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Mitt Romney, Cory Gardner have indicated they're open to it. But Senator Rand Paul is saying on this question, you guys essentially cannot have it both ways. He said you can't call for some and block others. If you're going to get a platform for Democratic witnesses, then the witnesses Republicans want to see, like Hunter Biden, should have a platform as well. What is Democrats' move if that happens?
Well, first of all, the idea for a trial is to have witnesses who have knowledge about the articles of impeachment that have been sent over or will be sent over from the House. It's abuse of power, and it is obstruction of Congress. Hunter Biden really has no bearing on those things, but I would be absolutely open to any presidential witness who has direct and firsthand knowledge of the articles that are being brought up. He deserves to put on his defense. And if we hear that sort of responsible marshaling of witnesses, I'm sure everyone would be open to that. But, you know, the idea of putting on a show that has nothing to do with the articles of impeachment, the allegations that he has abused the power of his office and obstructed Congress in their investigation of that, that would just be silliness, frankly.
Very quickly, before I let you go, I can't do it without talking about Wisconsin here, because President Trump is heading there tonight. He's got a rally. It's a state he won by just about 22,000 votes in 2016, and I know that his campaign sees it as critical to his re-election strategy moving forward. How do you convince voters who either stayed home or swung to him in 2016 to vote for whoever the Democratic nominee is? In just a sentence or two here.
Well, let me say, first of all, that the things that are on Wisconsinites' minds, they watch the impeachment, but they think, somebody did something wrong here. But they're thinking about issues that are closer to home. They're thinking about health care. And I think they recognize that this president has done everything he can to sabotage their availability of health care that will cover pre-existing conditions. He's in court trying to overturn the ACA. And I think his rally, contrasted with the Democratic presidential debate in Iowa tonight, will show that there couldn't be a bigger difference on that issue that is so close to home to the people I represent in Wisconsin.
It certainly will be a split screen moment. Senator Tammy Baldwin, I really appreciate you being on the show this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Hallie.